6:14 in the morning, no alarm. You didn't set one. You walk to the kitchen in silence. The coffee maker clicks on by itself, the way it does every morning now. Your phone buzzes once on the counter. $41, paid to you, while you were sleeping. This is not a bonus. This is not a raise from a boss who finally noticed you. This is what people who study money call the off-clock raise. And almost nobody you know is getting one. Not even the people who earn more than you. Not Tyler. Not yet. Stay for this. In the next 18 minutes, you'll see the exact number where this stops being luck and starts being math. The number most people never reach. Not because they didn't earn enough, but because they never stopped spending long enough to find out. You are 26. You have $10,000 sitting in an account, doing nothing. 2 years of skipping the newest phone. 2 years of driving the same old car. 2 years of Friday nights at home instead of the restaurant everyone else was posting from. Most people at your income would take a vacation with that money. Or a watch, or a couch they didn't need. You open a brokerage app instead. You buy a dividend fund. Something boring. The kind of ticker nobody at work has ever heard of. At a 4% yield, $10,000 pays you $400 a year. $400. It covers your streaming, your phone bill, 12 months in a row. It is small. You know it is small. Tyler sees it on your screen at lunch. He laughs, out loud. The kind of laugh that wants other people at the table to hear it too. $400 a year? Bro, that's one dinner. He says it like it settles something. You say nothing. You close the laptop. That week, Tyler buys a watch with money he calls beer cash. He'll sell it next year for half of what he paid. You do something smaller and quieter. When the dividend lands the next month, you don't touch it. You click reinvest. You watch your share count go up by a number too small to brag about. Nobody sees you smile at your phone. Nobody needs to. You think back to the account before this one, the one that just sat there, flat, for 2 straight years, while you told yourself you were being smart and boring and maybe a little bit foolish for not spending it. Nobody claps for money that just sits. This is the first dollar in your life that was never traded for an hour of your time. Every other dollar came from somewhere, your desk, your commute, a meeting you didn't need to be in. This one came from nothing. You slept, it paid you anyway. A dollar that never worked a shift still shows up on payday. 3 years pass. You are 29. $50,000 sits in the same boring fund now. Most of it came from your paycheck. Some of it came from dividends you never spent. It pays you $2,000 a year. $2,000. Your electricity for 12 months. Your internet. A long weekend somewhere warm, with money left over. You do the math at your kitchen table on a Sunday morning, and you realize something. For the next year, every time you flip a light switch, every time you open the fridge, someone else is paying for it. Not you. Your shares are. You tell no one. That weekend your sister gets engaged. The whole family meets at a steakhouse. Tyler orders a wine that costs more than your dividend made that month. He raises his glass and announces he just leased a new car. Everyone at the table claps. You order water. You eat your steak. You smile at the right moments. Nobody at the table asks you a single question about money, because nobody at the table thinks you have any worth asking about. On the drive home, your girlfriend asks if something's wrong. You've been quiet, she says. You tell her you were just thinking. You don't tell her about the $900 a month Tyler just signed away, or the $11,000 a year, gone, every year, for as long as that lease runs. You just hold her hand at the red light. And for the first time, you feel something most people never let themselves feel. You feel ahead. Being ahead is quieter than looking rich, and it lasts a lot longer. If a number like that is starting to feel real for you too, a like helps this reach the people who are exactly where you are right now, deciding what to do with the first $10,000 they've ever saved. You are 32, $100,000, 6 figures, the number your father always told you would change everything. It doesn't change everything. It pays you $4,000 a year. $4,000. A full year of groceries for one person. Bread, eggs, coffee, chicken, month after month, paid by money you never worked for. You walk through the grocery store on a Saturday with that thought sitting in your head. Every item in the cart, something else is buying it. You almost laugh out loud in the produce aisle. The woman next to you is smelling a melon. She has no idea. Then Tyler calls. He found something, he says. A stock, paying 12%, monthly. On 100 grand, that's 12,000 a year, he says, like he's already spending it. 3 times what you're making off yours. You open the chart on your laptop. The yield is real, the chart is not. The price has fallen 40% in 2 years. The dividend only looks huge because the company underneath it is dying. You tell him to be careful. He sends back a laughing emoji and buys $10,000 of it that same night. 6 months later, the payout gets cut in half. The stock drops another 30%. Tyler stops mentioning it. He mentions a lot of things right up until the moment they stop working, and then he just never brings them up again. You keep your boring fund. You keep your $4,000. You keep walking through the store on Saturdays. A yield that looks too good to be true is already dying underneath the number. You are 35, $250,000, a number nobody at your job knows you have. It pays you $10,000 a year. $10,000. Your car payment, your insurance, your gas. For an entire year, covered by money you never lifted a finger for. You realize this on a Tuesday in traffic. In the next lane, a man is screaming into his phone, a vein standing out in his neck. His car is brand new, his face is not. You can see it on him. He can't really afford that car, and some part of him already knows it. You drive a car that was paid off 3 years ago. The seats are fine, the engine is fine, the Bluetooth still connects on the first try. It owes you nothing, and you owe it nothing back. That night you check your account. The number is bigger than last month. It's always bigger than last month. You think about something your mother used to say. The richest people she knew drove the cheapest cars. You didn't understand it at 16, you understand it now. At $250,000, the math stops being theoretical. It starts paying for things you can actually touch. Most people your age have a car payment. You have a car that pays you. That night, Tyler texts you a photo of his new lease, straight off the dealership lot. 3 exclamation points. No caption needed. You don't reply right away. You're not being rude. You're just not in a hurry anymore. A car that's paid off owes you nothing back. If you're not subscribed yet, this is a good moment to fix that. New numbers, new stages, every single week, and you'll want to see exactly where this goes next. You are 38, $500,000, the number that changes how you sleep. It pays you $20,000 a year, $20,000, rent in most of the country, or a mortgage already paid off, somewhere cheaper. Groceries, gas, power, internet, the basic shape of a life, covered. This is the number financial planners have leaned on for 30 years. The floor. At $500,000 invested, you could walk away tomorrow and not starve. You wouldn't be rich. You wouldn't be flying business class. But you would not starve. You find this out on a Friday at 4:47 in the afternoon. Your boss walks into your office, sweating a little. He needs you to stay late. You used to say yes before he even finished the sentence. This time you wait. 3 seconds. Just 3. You feel something new sitting underneath your ribs. You feel optional. You say yes anyway. But the yes is different now. It's a choice, not a reflex. A year ago you would not have noticed the difference. Tonight you notice everything about it. You walk to your car at 9 that night. The lot is empty except for one other car. Tyler's, still here too, still on the clock, still needing this job the exact way you used to. Freedom doesn't sound like a yacht. It sounds like the word no, sitting quietly in your mouth, ready whenever you finally decide to use it. If a video like this is helping you think about your own number, drop where you're starting from in the comments. Some of the biggest jumps in this story started smaller than you'd guess. You are 41, $1 million. You don't feel different. Your apartment looks the same. Your face in the mirror looks the same, but the number is real, and it pays you $40,000 a year. 40,000. A full American salary, replaced, permanently. One Tuesday night you open a tax calculator, the first time in 15 years you've bothered. You type in $40,000, qualified dividends, single filer. You hit enter. The screen shows one number, 0. You check it twice, because it feels wrong. It isn't. Under a certain income, dividends like these are taxed at 0% by the federal government. You read the rule 3 times to make sure you're not misunderstanding it. You're not. Your friends with regular paychecks lose almost a third of theirs before it ever reaches their account. You keep every dollar of this one. You don't smile, you don't celebrate. You just sit there in the kitchen, in the quiet, and you think about every hour of overtime you ever worked for taxable income the government took a third of before it landed. This 40,000 is different. This 40,000 is yours, completely, the way nothing you ever earned by the hour ever really was. The next morning your boss talks about quarterly goals. You nod. You take notes. You participate, same as always. Nobody knows you could leave on Monday, and nothing in your life would actually change. Nobody knows the woman 2 cubicles over, who makes almost the same salary as you, will retire with hundreds of thousands of dollars less than you, simply because she never opened the account you opened at 26. Tyler still works 2 desks down, still doesn't know, still hasn't asked how you're always so calm about money when he's never once seen you spend more than a fraction of what he does. $1 million doesn't buy a yacht, it buys silence, and silence turns out to be the expensive part. If any of this is making you rethink where your own paycheck goes, share it with the one friend who's still buying the version of rich instead of building the real thing. You are 44, $1.5 million. It pays you $60,000 a year without you ever touching the principal. The principal keeps growing while it pays you. $60,000 is close to what the average American retiree actually spends in a year, replaced completely, and you never sold a single share to get there. That morning, over coffee, you read a headline. A major financial services study, published in 2026, found that Americans now believe they need somewhere close to $1.5 million saved to retire comfortably. You read it twice. You already have that number. And you got here, without ever once announcing it at a dinner table. You sit by the kitchen window with your coffee. Outside, the street is already busy. People driving to jobs, people late for things. You used to be one of them. You think about the version of you at 26, the one who clicked reinvest for the first time and got laughed at over $400 a year. That morning, you open your laptop and you sit there for a minute with your hands resting on the keys, not typing anything yet. Then you write one email. You tell your boss you're done. You hit send. You don't feel anxious. You don't feel scared. You don't feel anything dramatic at all. You feel exactly the way you felt on that first Tuesday morning, years ago, when $41 landed in your account while you were sleeping. Calm, quiet, sure. It took one decision, made a long time ago and never broken, to get here. The decision to be patient while everyone around you was still trading their hours for things that never once paid them back. Somewhere across the same city, at 6:14 the next morning, a phone buzzes once on someone else's kitchen counter. $41, paid while they slept. They're 26. They've been saving for 2 years. They think it's nothing. They think $400 a year is nothing. It isn't nothing. It's the first dollar that never once asked them for an hour of their life. Tyler is still on the lease, still on the clock. Still telling people at lunch that dividends are for people who don't know how to enjoy their money. He isn't wrong that you could have spent it. He's wrong about what spending it would have cost you, every year, for the rest of your life, without you ever noticing the bill. You didn't get rich by looking rich. You got here by being the only person in every room who never announced the number, while it quietly turned into the one raise nobody could ever take away from you. The off-clock raise doesn't care how tired you are, how bad your week was, or whether anyone noticed. It just shows up. Every single morning, whether you're watching or not.